With so many streaming services fighting for your money, it's fair to ask, which one's really worth it? Now, we're not saying Tubi is the best, but it is 100% free, and that alone makes it worth a second look.
I see trouble on the way.
We're underwater, guys!
This list pulls together a mix of underrated gems and big-name hits you may have forgotten about, or never even seen. The best part? You don't have to pay a dime to watch any of them. Number 10, Moonfall.
You have got a big gravity wave coming your way. You have to launch now!
Did he say gravity?
Moonfall is a sci-fi disaster spectacle that turns up the chaos to apocalyptic levels. Directed by Roland Emmerich, the master of cinematic destruction, it stars Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and John Bradley as an unlikely trio trying to stop the moon. Yes, the actual moon, from crashing into Earth. What begins as a global anomaly spirals into a conspiracy thriller, revealing that the moon is not what we think it is. With massive tidal waves, crumbling cities, and gravity-defying action, the film leans into B-movie absurdity with A-list commitment. The visuals are colossal, the stakes are cosmic, and the science is hilariously questionable, but that's half the fun. If you're into world-ending chaos with a side of ancient alien tech, Moonfall delivers pure popcorn madness. Number 9, Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers is a cult horror favorite that kicks off with an eerie, sunlit road trip through the backwoods of Florida. Siblings Trish and Derry, played by Gina Phillips and Justin Long, find themselves hunted by a mysterious truck, and something far worse behind the wheel. What starts as a suspenseful cat and mouse game morphs into a grotesque nightmare when they discover an ancient creature known as the Creeper, who awakens every 23rd spring to feed on human parts. With practical effects, a terrifying creature design, and one of the most haunting uses of an old jazz tune in horror history, the movie delivers B-movie thrills with surprisingly effective tension. Its first half is pure dread, and even as it leans into monster movie territory, it remains unsettling. Jeepers Creepers is unforgettable road trip horror done right. Number 8, Kandahar.
No one is coming to rescue us.
Gerard Butler brings the heat in Kandahar, a gritty espionage action thriller set in the volatile heart of the Middle East. Loosely inspired by true events, the film follows CIA operative Tom Harris and his Afghan translator as they race across hostile territory after their mission is exposed. From high-tech surveillance to desert ambushes and explosive chases, Kandahar leans into realism, with tense standoffs and morally complex characters. Director Rick Roman-Waugh, known for Angel Has Fallen, keeps the pace relentless, while the story adds emotional depth through themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and cultural conflict. It's not just another shoot 'em up, this one weaves in modern geopolitics and personal stakes. If you're craving a grounded, high-stakes survival mission with Butler in full action hero mode, Kandahar delivers solid thrills. Number 7, Homefront.
'Happy birthday, dear Maddie!'
Homefront brings gritty, southern fried action to the screen, with Jason Statham as a former DEA agent, just trying to live a quiet life with his daughter. But peace doesn't last long, especially when a local meth kingpin, played by James Franco, gets involved. Written by Sylvester Stallone and based on the novel by Chuck Logan, this one's all about old-school justice with a parental edge. The cast brings serious heat. Winona Ryder, Kate Bosworth, and Frank Grillo round out the supporting roles, while the Louisiana setting adds a grimy, backwoods tension. Fistfights, shootouts, and cat-and-mouse suspense keep the pace tight across its 100-minute runtime. It's a brutal, blue-collar revenge story that doesn't overthink things. If you're into Statham doing what he does best, cleaning house, Homefront hits all the right beats. Number 6, 28 Weeks Later. 28 Weeks Later raises the stakes from its predecessor with a brutal, nerve-shredding sequel that trades slow-burn dread for full-throttle chaos. Set half a year after the initial outbreak, the story centers on a safe zone in London, where NATO forces try to rebuild society, until the rage virus finds its way back inside. What follows is a nightmare of military breakdown, firebombed cities, and infection spreading like wildfire. The cast is stacked. Jeremy Renner, Rose Byrne, Idris Elba, and Robert Carlyle all deliver emotionally charged performances amidst the carnage. Director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo crafts relentless tension with shaky, urgent camera work and one of the most gripping opening sequences in zombie cinema. It's bleak, unflinching, and terrifyingly grounded, reminding you that the real horror isn't just the infected, it's what people will do to survive. Number 5. Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing. Last Man Standing ups the intensity from its predecessor by swapping boxing gloves for brutal mixed martial arts inside a corrupt Russian prison. Michael Jai White plays George Iceman Chambers, a former boxing champ framed and imprisoned overseas, only to find himself forced into an underground fight tournament run by a vicious crime syndicate. Enter Scott Adkins as Yuri Boyka, a ferocious and honorable martial artist who rules the prison yard. What starts as a one-sided setup turns into a redemption-fueled grudge match, pushing both men to their physical and mental limits. The fight choreography, directed with bone-crunching precision by Isaac Florentine, is some of the best in the genre, and the raw prison setting adds gritty realism. For action fans, this is essential viewing, with high-stakes combat and unforgettable showdowns. Number 4. Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk is a one-of-a-kind blend of gritty western and bone-chilling horror, anchored by a commanding performance from Kurt Russell. When a group of cannibalistic troglodytes abducts townsfolk from the quiet frontier town of Bright Hope, a small posse of determined men, including a wounded husband, Patrick Wilson, and a gentleman gunslinger, Matthew Fox, venture into uncharted territory to bring them back. What begins as a slow-burning rescue mission spirals into a nightmarish descent into savagery. Director S. Craig Zahler's debut is uncompromising in both dialogue and brutality, featuring bursts of shocking violence and rich, old-timey exchanges that feel ripped from classic westerns. It's grim, unnerving, and patient in its storytelling, until it erupts. For those willing to brave its darker edges, Bone Tomahawk is a tense, unforgettable journey into hell with a six-shooter. Number 3. Air.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
Air turns the origin story of the Air Jordan into a sharp, fast-paced drama that's as much about vision as it is about marketing. Directed by Ben Affleck and starring Matt Damon as Nike talent scout Sonny Vaccaro, the film tracks Nike's risky, now legendary pursuit of rookie Michael Jordan before he ever played a professional game. Damon brings urgency and charm to a role that's all hustle, while Viola Davis delivers quiet power as Dolores Jordan, who changes the game with one phone call. The script crackles with 1980s energy, backed by a killer soundtrack and rich performances from Chris Tucker, Jason Bateman, and Affleck himself. It's more than a sports movie. It's about betting big on something or someone you believe in. Smart, stylish, and unexpectedly emotional. Number 2. Stranger Than Fiction.
Well, that sounds like a comedy.
Have you written anything new today?
In Stranger Than Fiction, Will Ferrell steps out of his comedic comfort zone as Harold Crick, an IRS auditor whose world flips when he begins hearing a narrator describe his every move and ominously foreshadow his death. As he scrambles to make sense of this bizarre phenomenon, Harold crosses paths with a rebellious baker, Maggie Gyllenhaal, a literary professor, Dustin Hoffman, and the elusive author, Emma Thompson, unknowingly writing his fate. Directed by Mark Forster, this mind-bending dramedy blends magical realism with heartfelt existential questions about destiny, free will, and what it means to truly live. With a thoughtful score, clever writing, and surprisingly tender performances, Stranger Than Fiction delivers an imaginative, genre-defying experience that will stick with you long after the credits roll. Number 1. Memento.
When you find this guy, what are you gonna do?
Kill him.
It's hard for anything to top this one on any list, to be honest. Memento is Christopher Nolan's mind-bending masterpiece that flips storytelling on its head. Guy Pearce plays Leonard, a man with short-term memory loss who's on a mission to find his wife's killer. But here's the twist. The movie unfolds in reverse, placing you in Leonard's disoriented shoes as he pieces together clues tattooed on his body and scribbled in Polaroids. This neo-noir thriller is a masterclass in non-linear narrative, memory, and self-deception. It's as much a puzzle for the audience as it is for the character, and every rewatch reveals a new layer. Brilliantly edited and psychologically haunting, Memento isn't just one of the best movies on Tubi. It's one of the most unforgettable films of all time. And that wraps up our countdown of Tubi movies that just might make you question your paid subscriptions. From cerebral thrillers to zombie outbreaks, MMA showdowns, and offbeat comedies. You've got a buffet of great cinema right at your fingertips. No login or credit card required. If you added even one new title to your watch list today, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss another deep dive into the best streaming content out there.
Don't be scared. I am a friend.
You aren't.
And if you made it all the way to the end, drop a popcorn emoji in the comments to let us know you're a real one. Someone who knows that good movies don't have to come with a monthly bill. Until next time, happy streaming, and we'll see you on the couch.